What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's another exciting episode of the Flippin Out Podcast. We got my man on the ones and the twos helping me out. Zach, the production genius, making me look great. I feel good. Got a good workout in this morning. We got to let the people on social know what's going on. Let them know that this is happening, that this is a real thing, not made-believe. Is it made-believe or make-believe? It's make-believe, right? Words are hard. Words are hard. Let's get, there we go. Oh, it says I'm live. Look at that. Cool. Let's get that cracking. Let's go ahead and do a little posty post in the stories. Nobody uses posts on Instagram anymore. Everybody just posts in the story. We'll get a little picture right here of me looking at me, looking at me. Oh, look, that's my milk crate. And then we'll go and we'll do the link right there. And then we'll say live now. Got some people in the chat. We got our professional ass door about to open because retards can't leave on time. Here we go. There it is. Most professional podcast on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
Inconsistent.
Your mom's inconsistent. And the camera goes out. Oh, we're having a great day. We're having a great day. What did I hit? I can't talk. My computer is very pro Stacy. Can't talk crap about her or it'll start going out. If that goes out again, I might have to move some tubes and wires and stuff like that. What's going on in the Chizat? What's going on? Laugh at Life, see you here. What's up, Devin, OG, and Z? Cajun, no, we leave tomorrow. Yeah, that is YouTube telling you something. No, it's because my computer's a piece of crap. It's not a piece of crap. I'm not talking bad about you. It's from 2012, so it's seen its day. Also, full disclosure, I'm not a tech person, so I don't know if this is like part of the reason why it might be going out, but I never turn it off. I never turn it off. So it is literally running 24/7 for like the last 5 years. Never been turned off. I just don't turn it off. It just stays running. I'll turn the monitor off, but the CPU, it stays running 24/7. I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know how this works. I don't even understand how a little rectangle thing with a circle on it is taking this and putting it on that. Like, I don't understand technology. But yeah, I'd flip that. What's going on? Linda, how's it going? Oh, it's seen a lot of history. This thing's been through some things. So, I didn't know. Oh, there's the. Oh, hi. Aren't you supposed? Did you literally just leave the house to drive, and you're already on here typing? Like, typical woman. This is why I drive everywhere. This is exactly why women and elderly people should not be allowed to drive. You're probably plucking your eyebrows too at the same time while on the podcast, while driving, probably with your knee. Oh my God. What's up, Simply Shenanigans? Hope everybody is doing great. Appreciate y'all popping in. I didn't really know if I was going to do an episode today because I have to get all this shipping done. We leave for can't help yourself. It's genetic, just a genetic she identifies as a good driver. She identified as a good driver. Extra. See, I can't read your new name. And that's just because I'm an ignorant American. I still call you, was it Gold Coast? But now you are the entrepreneurial explorer. Even though you're from Australia and you don't talk all that, mate. Yeah, I mean, if the record proves it. What was I saying? Oh, I didn't know if I was going to have a show today. trying to get all the packages done, but I got all the shipping done, and now I'm working on all the swag and my costumes or outfits. There's going to be so much craziness going on at FlipCon that I don't think the participants of FlipCon, and definitely not Mr. Harry Tornado, I don't think they understand the level of insanity that I am bringing to this event, because I don't get out much, guys. Stacy doesn't let me go. I'm on a very short leash, and so it is going to be as much insanity as I can pack into a small area. So I've got multiple wardrobe changes. I've got gag gifts. I've got pranks. And I'm not bringing a single piece of filming equipment because, I'm a professional YouTuber. I'm leaving the GoPro. I'll have my phone, but I probably won't be doing anything with it. I am just going to ball out. I'm just going to ball out. Hey, Josh knew exactly what he was going to get. That's all I'm saying. I told him, last year I was popping off those big old like confetti bomb sticks. My parents brought up a bunch of those, and I busted those off during the event, and I could tell that the 50 and older crowd, they were just like, because their hearing aids went off and they all had to turn them down real quick. They were not happy about that. And they're like, that's such a horrible thing. The cleaning people have to clean all that up. And I'm like, yeah, it's called job stability. I just gave them an extra day of work. No, seriously though, I had already asked the hotel and made sure everything was good. But they're like, as long as it doesn't have you don't have to light it and there's no fire, we're good. Yes, yeah. Totally going to do this all sober. That's the crazy part about everything that I do, is it's 100% sober. Stacy will be doing the drinking. Guys, don't just continually buy her drinks because you can't believe that she's a real person and you actually got to meet her. Because I am going to be the one that's going to have to hold her hair or hold her by her ankles or whatever fun thing I come up with. In the hotel room. Tried using any of the AI for your videos yet? You'll be able to replace Stacy soon. No, I'm not a big fan on sex dolls, man. Like once you've had the real thing, I used to work at a store that sold them. I just don't know, man. I don't know. That is the goal. Honestly, low key, my entire goal for FlipCon, other than to hopefully show people that I'm not just an ass clown, and that I do know what I'm doing. Part of the whole thing, I guess it's just going to keep doing that, guys. I'm not shaking anything. I think my streaming takes a lot of RAM and all that good stuff. I did Google that. I just want hopefully people to get out that our brand, or the Flip the World brand, is, I act like an ass, but I kind of know what I'm doing, and hopefully I can show people, maybe help them do something better, or not be so whatever. I have no idea. I'm 40, so I'm not put out to pasture yet, but I'm at the gate and just waiting for the farmer to come from the house to open it, But yeah, that is one of my goals, Devin, is I want Stacy to be, I want to introduce her to everybody and show her off, she will be clothed. It's not like one of those weird kind of swinging events. At least I was not told it was. We'll find out when we get there. It didn't say clothing optional on the flyer. But we are going to, I want hopefully get comfortable and meet these people. And then after being on a panel and, she can't stop a million people that are going to be there filming. So what is she going to go to the tables and be like, what's your YouTube channel? Okay. I need you to delete all that with me on there. enjoy listening. Hopefully after that, she'll see that it's not that big of a deal. And then when we come back to Houston, we can see more of her in videos and really blow up social media. Cause I really do think that me being on it all the time is one thing that maybe holds it back. Listen to some 20-something-year-olds on podcasts saying no one wants to listen to 40-year-olds because we're old. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, 20-year-olds think they got the whole world figured out. And we're going to see if they do in about 10 years, because I don't think you guys realize this, but within the next 20 years, a majority of everyone in power is going to be dead. A majority of everyone in power in the United States is going to be dead. And somebody's going to have to fill those seats. And unless it's the 40-year-olds that still have an old school mentality, working brain. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about like a lot of the shit that needs to be fixed, but I'm just talking about as far as like kids now are born and their dream is to be a TikToker. Like, you know, you're going to help society so much. Yeah, we're going to be screwed. So by the time like I'm old, I'm going to be, you know, hopefully there's somebody that at least knows how to change a diaper. And if somebody comes in to change my diaper and they just happen to have a phone and they're like, hey, I'm a TikToker and a nurse. Oh my God. I'm going to give everybody on TikTok or whatever platform is they're filming on them. They're going to get a show. Cause I'm going to push. I'm going to be pushing. As soon as that diaper comes off, I'm be like, no, I didn't go to the potty. And as soon as they take that diaper off, I'm going to just try to explode it everywhere. You're the brain, she's the beauty. Yeah. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to do TikTok. I mean, it's the goal, right? It's the goal. Oh, you're going to change my diaper? Well, just know as soon as you take it off, I'm going to push. It's going to be a joke every time. It's going to be a joke every single time. So yeah, I guess I got to talk about how much my camera sucks and reselling. I got to talk about reselling a little bit. I must have did something in another life. Whatnot's going great. I'm seeing a lot of new people signing up, getting a lot of messages about people that are watching the 5-tip video. Obviously, I need to make more Whatnot tip videos that are more based off of helping it sounds weird when I say regular people, helping people that aren't doing what we're doing. Because I can't make videos about going live from the bins, because I don't think, even though, you know, obviously I can't tell people not to do it, I don't think that 98% of the people selling on Whatnot are ever going to even attempt it. They're going to go thrift stuff, or they already have like a wholesale connection, or they're in a certain category like cards or Funko Pops or plush or something like that. But I do think that I can at least try and make some type of content specifically directed towards Whatnot, which I know is like counterintuitive to what everyone in the reselling community is doing. Like Kevin Commonwealth Picker tried to make some stuff about Whatnot, and his people shit on him. They're like, we don't want to see this. It's not relatable. And then, you know, Harry had to make a video like, hey, I'm quitting Whatnot. And what he meant was he's not quitting Whatnot. He's just like going to quit talking about it, I guess, as much. Because it doesn't relate to a lot of people. And I'm going to double down on the opposite, because I have never related to people. I'm going to make more content about how I think Whatnot, again, I've said it before, is 1,000,000% the future. It is $1 billion backed company. Like, people think Whatnot's small. It's $1 billion backed company. And I do think that it is the future of, we all like being on social media, whether we all admit it or not. We all love being on social media, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is. We like watching other people. We like seeing videos. We like, you know, living our lives through the clips of others. So the fact that you can do that and sell product, I mean, in my mind, the way I look at it as a salesperson, the sky's the limit. Literally, you could sell anything to anybody, anywhere. It's a better version of QVC. I don't know if they're in financial trouble. They have some heavily backed investors. $1 billion. I think it was like $487 million was their last round of funding. I just think that, and I think they're starting now to work more on figuring out like where they need to put their money. Like at first it was build up the hype, get celebrities, build up the hype. Now they're investing a lot of money into getting the tech better. So there's less lags, there's less issues. Always tons of, I know Google it, but I could Google how to make my penis smaller and it's going to give me 15 articles on things that I can do. And the easiest way to do it is just get fatter. Notice I said smaller. But eBay's living in the past. And again, this has come from somebody that's been a full-time eBayer for years. eBay's still in the freaking caves, man, when it comes down to how they're working. Oh, we got AI descriptions now. You don't have to write a description. Newsflash, I never wrote a goddamn description. I just copied the title and put it in the description. Nobody reads descriptions unless they're buying some like high-end intricate item. Nobody reads descriptions. And nobody's buying like relatively like crazy shit on eBay unless there's some kind of psychopath. Like if you buy art, you're going to an art dealer. If you're buying like luxury, blah, 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 you're going to a place that sells it so you know that you're getting what you're getting. Now, yeah, they do have authentication, but I'm not buying some $7,000 or $70,000 piece of art from Bob's Discount Bingo on eBay. I don't care if it's authenticated or not. I'm going to go to an art dealer. eBay is for the regular people. The mass majority of resellers and the number one sellers on there aren't selling high-end shit. They're selling like Dollar Tree item style stuff. Low end, buy low, sell high. Like, you know, and so the AI shit that they've added doesn't make any sense to me. Ever tried drop shipping? No. And e-commerce, we do have a Etsy that sells our merch. And no, I've never done like new product stuff. It's I never wanted to like, because it's all the same shit. You can like, oh well, you can do your own private private products, and I'm like, I'm slapping my label on somebody else's thing and then selling it at my price when there's 9 million other people. Like I'm working on, and I'm going to do this the right way. It's going to take time because I know two people in the hot sauce industry. I'm trying to figure out how to make Flip the World hot sauce. You guys know I love spicy stuff. I'm doing a spicy thing at FlipCon. So I want my name on some sauce, but I don't want just any Alibaba sauce with my sticker slapped on it. I want to make sure the shit is good. So that's something I'm looking into. Lots of people are having to just as successful on other platforms live and Insta. They get paid subscribers only. Yeah, so here's a new thing. There's like private members on YouTube where like if you pay, let's just say $10 a month, you have access to private videos and private discussions and all that. I don't have any of that. I don't have a subscription. I was looking at Patreon because I know people that are killing it. With Patreon, like podcasts that have a Patreon, and then they do like an unedited, they show behind the scenes, like they have interaction with people and stuff like that. But and maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just that type of person I am. I don't see, like, if I set up a Patreon and let's say it was $5 a month for this plan and $10 a month, you get these bonuses. Like, why the hell would anyone pay a monthly subscription to be attached to me when I freely say whatever the hell I want for free? Like, it's not like I would stop being me and only be me to the people that are paying me. Like, I don't know how to do that. So I wish I did, because like, one of my favorite podcasts that I listens to is Are You Garbage? It's a comedy podcast. Their Patreon has like 10,000 followers. Their income stream from Patreon is $88,000 a month. That's how much money they're generating just from Patreon. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. But no, so I don't have like a subscription on Instagram. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have like a Discord. I'm into Discords and I don't ever check them. But I am going to, and also whoever said lag, I am going to check out, I'm going to Google, see what's going on with Whatnot. But more importantly, I'm going to talk to the freaking person right to their face, because there's actually going to be someone from Whatnot sitting next to me on stage while we're talking about what we do on Whatnot. So I am going to surprise the hell out of that person and ask them some questions. So, yeah, people have certain topics they won't talk about unless you're subscribed. I mean, I know that they had asked if I wanted to be a part of a beta program on Whatnot for subscription, where you can, like, people just pay monthly and they get 10% off shipping, and you can do like member only streams. Like, so let's say I was part of the beta test. I turned it down at this current time. I just didn't see the point. Let's say I had 50 people that were part of the Flip the World Army subscription on Whatnot. One day a month, we go live from the bins, but it's only for those people. Like, that was the only justification. But then I'm just like, well, I don't want to exclude anybody from the Army. I want to bring everyone in. I mean, I want this thing to get ginormous, not ginormous because people are paying to be in it. I mean, you are paying to be in it because you get in by buying something. So I guess it's the same thing. Either way, I'm getting your money. I should probably rethink this before I say it out loud. This fucking camera. I'm going to ask them when they're going to open in Australia, because I would love to watch a bunch of Aussie mates talking on a walkabout. Man, you guys could sell some of those. You could sell some of those freaking deadly insects and animals and shit you got over there, and throw them in a box with your order. Like, if I bought a hat from you, you could throw in one of those little poisonous snakes in the box, and we'll see if it makes it. Yeah. Let me see here. Also, I always put up the Whatnot topic, or I put up the Ask Me topic stuff. Let's see what we got going on here, because I do have some people that ask some questions. So let me get to them real quick. On Instagram, guys, Flip the World TX. If you're not following on Instagram, I've lost over 200K profit selling via auction houses here. Holy crap. You're like really big into, so you, I noticed your content changed too. You're doing a lot of, like, I guess it's called day trade. Is it called day trading if you're doing crypto trades? Is it still called day trading? I'm not smart enough to understand any of that. I mean, I understand the candlestick and the green and the red and which way the thing's pointing. It's just, I don't have my anxiety gets too high. Like, once I make a bid, like once I make a buy-in, my anxiety gets too high. Like, if it goes up a little bit, I'm just like, oh, done. I'm out. I made my 10 cents. I'm out. Oh, wow. So we got some good ones. All right. So we got, who are you most looking forward to meeting at FlipCon? I am pretty excited about meeting, the Flip the World Army. Honestly, I mean, I just like going and hanging around people that have the same, not the same mindset. Obviously, they don't have the wild, crazy brain of mine, but I like being around people that are like self-motivated, entrepreneur, like, or, trying to get into that game, trying to break free from the monotony of what life has told you it's supposed to be. So I'm more excited about just stepping back and like watching Stacy, hopefully, like, just like, she's like a flower that only, like, that only opens every 400 years. And so it's like we timed FlipCon right with the opening of the flower. So I just want to see I just want to stand back and watch that. Josh, Joey, and Dave. Oh, that's who Stacy's looking forward to meeting. She messaged me, Josh, Joey, and Dave. So I guess there you go. Weed? No, sir. Nope. Never done it. Well, no, I've done it, but nope. UFOs. The government said UFOs are real, so apparently we have to believe them. I mean, you could just walk out your door and go to a Walmart. You don't need the government to tell you that there's aliens. Go to Walmart at between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's all the proof I needed. Okay. Difference between selling on eBay versus Whatnot. Again, there's no sell-through rate you have to worry about on Whatnot. With eBay, all you have to do, the easiest way to succeed as a reseller is by checking sold comps, sell-through rate, learn what a sell-through rate is, follow that to a T. Don't have any brains as far as oh, I don't like selling this. I don't like selling this. Live and die by the sell-through rate of 80% or higher, and you will be a successful reseller. You'll look like you know what you're doing, even though it's just numbers. Reselling is just numbers if you're doing it on a traditional platform. On Whatnot, it is 100% not just numbers, because anything can happen. Sell-through rate doesn't matter. Sold comps don't matter. I could sell you something and it go for way crazy because people get FOMO and just get into I have to have it kind of moment. And it's happened quite often. So traditional platform, learn sell-through rate, and you will succeed. The end. You don't need 500 videos or 6,000 YouTubers making videos on how to be a reseller. It's simple. Learn what a sell-through rate is, and then never steer away from it, ever, and you will be successful. I've made that video, and no one watched it. Do you sit or stand when wiping? I'm assuming you're talking about after one takes a poop. It depends on the poop. Is that a weird thing to say? It depends on the poop. But most of the time it's a sit. I know a lot of people stand, and I know a lot of people assume that fat people all stand up to wipe their ass because you can't reach around that way. But I sit when I wipe my ass. I just, call me old school, but that's just the way I do it. Now I am facing the back of the toilet. That is one thing I do differently. I face the bowl. So when I sit on the toilet, it's like I'm having a moment with it. It's just, ergonomically, it makes more sense. And I don't know why everybody has criticized me my whole life for facing the other way, but it's like you have a little table. You can put your phone there. You can have a drink. You can have a snack or a magazine. You have like a little table there, and then the flush is right there. You don't have to reach back for it. It's right there. Like, it just made more sense to me. So whatever. I'm not fancy. I don't have a bidet. I guess I could walk outside to the garden hose, but that's kind of weird because then you're like, you got more to clean up. But yeah, I don't know. I think that sitting's pretty standard. I know large people probably do stand up. But yeah, exactly, Sonny. It's a toilet hack. Like, when you go to use the bathroom today, you're going to remember, you're going to be like, oh man, if I just turn around, I got a table. Later today, we're going to go see Take My Hand. I was told that this was actually a YouTube inspired movie, like some B-rate stuff that happened on YouTube, and then it got real big, and then they turned it into a movie. So I'm pretty excited because also people in the scary movie genre have been like, yo, this movie is wild. And I am looking for that. I need that in my life. I need to be at a movie theater and hear Stacy scream, and it not be because there's an active shooter situation. It's because she reached into the popcorn and I Pee Wee Herman'd her. It has to be a fear scream. So I'm excited about that. Also, we got to go to the post office and drop all these off. They're going to love that. I was just having a brain moment right there. I got a text message, so I was like, I'm trying to think of a contact. Somebody asked me for a contact for somebody. You ever get a text from somebody asking for a number for somebody that you mutually know, but you don't know them on that level, but you don't know how to say, hey, I don't know them on that level because you've also known that person for just as long as you've known that person. So it's like, a buddy messaged me, is like, hey man, you got a contact for blah, blah, blah. And we've known blah, blah, blah for 20 plus years. And I'm like, no, man, I just never fucking asked for that number. I just, no. Our friendship is only in public, not via anything else. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't even give out my own number. I have a burner phone, and then Stacy found that, so now I'm just like, oh God, now I got to get a third burner phone, and I barely keep up with two phones. You know, it's like that show. What was the name of that stupid show that we watched? But it basically gave away everything I've done my whole life. Yeah, that show ruined it for so many people. Now she's like, oh, we do have hidden tiles in the ceiling. Let me check real quick. Let me see, is there a box up here full of stuff? Oh, what's going on here? Why do we have that storage unit that I've never been to? Stupid show. Tomorrow's the first day of school. Ladies and gentlemen, we have survived yet another summer. Tomorrow's day one. Get them out. Gotta go. They've all got their little outfits ready. They've all tried them on. They're like, how do I look? And I'm like, you look like you're getting the hell out of the house at 7 a.m. That's how you look. You look fabulous. I love it. Bye-bye. Cannot wait to stand at the front door, open bathrobe, nothing on, cup of coffee, waving to the kids getting on the bus. It's just going to be magic. It's going to be magic. Oh, I'm so excited. August 9th, my favorite day of the year. It's been a wild summer. We went to Disney twice. We went to Kansas. I don't think we went anywhere else. San Antonio, maybe. I don't know. I think I have to mention some part in this. I have to talk about Trash to Cash podcast because we have this like little feud going on. I don't want to call it feud, but they plug me. They plug me every episode. Every episode they mention me. Never in a good way. But hey, it's free. You got all those suckers that are paying to be part of their Discord so they can get their name written or their name said on every episode. And here I am just being a jackass and they talk about me for free. So, but yeah, they just dropped a new episode. They're talking about, apparently they're going to be doing a live whatnot from FlipCon. So we'll see how that's going to run because I'm going to crash the hell out of that because ain't nobody doing a whatnot at FlipCon on my watch if I'm not doing one. And I haven't decided if I'm doing one or not because they're going to actually let us go. Thursday ends at 5:00. Thursday ends at 5:00 and then it's dinner on your own. So the reason he does that is so like people can like get together and go eat at different places. And you could, hey, I'm going to go out with these guys. I'm going to go out with these guys. Hey, let's all meet at the Bins. Cause there's a Bins like a mile away. I don't know what we're going to do. I might go steal, condiments from all the fast food restaurants in like a 5-mile radius and then just whatnot those. I'm going to find out where Trash to Cash is going to be doing their whatnot. Cause they said they're going to be doing theirs around that time. Somewhere at the hotel, probably the bar. He's not going to disclose this, and I don't know if this is like common knowledge or not, but Carrie, American Arbitrage, she's a big drinker. So something about Utah and 47 wives, and I don't know. He's a big drinker, so they'll probably be doing it at the bar. But I'm probably either going to sell the condiments that I collect from the fast food restaurants in the area, or I'm going to find out where they're going live, and I'm just going to start throwing them at them while they're live. But you're in Topeka. Oh, so our oldest is stationed at Fort Riley, and she is about to go on a deployment. So we drove up to surprise her for her birthday before she gets deployed, because it's going to be a long deployment. So that was a horrible drive, by the way. I absolutely hated it. That's a long drive, like 11 hours. And when you're doing it in a 36-hour like turnaround, it was horrible. It was horrible. I hated it. I hated it so much. I think we left Houston at 9:00 at night. We left Houston at 9:00 at night. And we got there at like 8:30 in the morning. I had to stop 75 miles away from the destination. I had to stop and just like take a 45-minute power nap, because I was like, I'm going to kill everybody in this car if I don't stop. And then on the way home, we left around the same time. So we left let's say this. So we left it Friday at 9 p.m. We got there at 9 a.m. I slept until 11:30. Then we went out to lunch. Then we hung out at the house and did like the birthday stuff. And then we hit the road again at 9:00 and got back at like 9. It was like 8:30. I drove back better than I drove there. Very quick turnaround. And then I just slept. I'm old. I can't do this stuff anymore. I'm not a trucker. I can't do this anymore. And then I slept. And then the next day, so then we got back Sunday. I slept, woke up, packed. And then the next day we flew to Disney. So it was just like craziness. Just craziness. The flip the world life is crazy. But now everybody's back to school tomorrow, and we can get back to some kind of like normal schedule. Of course, after FlipCon, some kind of like normal schedule, hopefully. And then maybe try to do a trip in November, but who knows? Anyway, it's a long rant to just talk about how awesome it is to remember that the reason you are an entrepreneur or that you work for yourself is so you can actually enjoy life. Again, I see so many people get on that hamster wheel, and I'm guilty of it, because if I'm in the zone of working, I enjoy it. But guys, there's like people that like 60s. I hear them talk. They're like, I do 60, 70 hours a week. And I'm just like, hell no. I mean, obviously we all want money, but I don't need that much money I'd rather have the time. I want to be able to be like, yo, hey, I don't feel well. I don't want to do shit today. And then just not do anything. You know, that's the whole reason that I work for myself. Because there used to be a time when I would call and I'd be like, hey, I'm not feeling well today. And they're like, well, we don't have anybody. We need you. And I'm like, oh, you feel guilty for calling in if you're sick. You feel guilty if something's wrong and you need to take a day. And it's like, nah, not now. Not now. People are like, oh, man, you didn't do a whatnot. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, everything's good. I didn't feel like doing a whatnot, so I didn't do one. Hey, sometimes you got to be like that. Sometimes it just be like that. Mississippi VA, 15 hours, slept 5, then back to military. Son had an emergency thing. Oh, God, yeah, no. Nope. Just like in April when we went to Disney the first time, we drove. And then on the drive back, I think we had just gotten into Louisiana. And Stacy was like, we are never driving again. And I was like, I agree. Do you want me to just drive off this bridge? Because I'm kind of done with everything. And she said no, and so we're still here. But yeah, not good. Not good. What are you guys that are not able or not just aren't going? to FlipCon, or any, let's just say any, not even that one, any, because I know like the Boss Reseller remix is popping right now. Everybody's always to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. If you put money into going to one of these events, what is it that would, what is it that you would want to get out of it? Because that's a big thing. Like, people are like, oh, well, they can't justify the ticket. They can't justify the ticket for whatever event it is. Like, what would it take to where it's instantly in your brain? You're like, oh, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to that. It's just always curious to me because, like, I don't know. I would like to go to the thing that's in Vegas, but I know I would spend ridiculous amount of money just having fun and not being part of the event. And again, this is just me personally. It's hard for me to listen to resellers talking about how to resell because I do it differently than everybody. And I also know how to resell. So it's like, I'm not learning anything. I know that, not that it sounds like I'm not conceited. Once you've been doing this on your own for a while, I know the camera's out, guys. Once you've been doing this on your own for a while, you can't, maybe look, you'll learn a bolo, but other resellers aren't really going to teach you anything. So it comes down to, okay, well, if you're not going to learn about reselling, it has to be networking. It's because you want to meet these people, or, content. If you're on some sort of content, you want to try to do a collab, you want to engage, you want to meet people so you can maybe work on a collaboration. But it's always interesting to see the different reasons why people go to events like this. Which honestly, I should tell Josh, because I don't want to be in charge of reading all of it, but there should be like a box that you just write and put in, and then so you can like brainstorm and figure out the survey, like a survey, like, why did you come here? Like, put down why you came here. Network, meet Harry Tornado, kick Chris in the nuts, like whatever it is. I did a video last year about flying there and getting tattooed by Josh. That connection has been awesome. I met other people there that we've become friends, and we've done, I've done podcasts. Some people's numbers were invaluable to get. So you can always, like, if you're in a pickle, you can call them up because you know that they're in the same lifestyle as you. So that's where that's where it's good to have those kind of numbers. It's like, I don't want to hear, sorry, I'm getting a little nasally. Apologies. I'm not going to sneeze. Okay. I don't want to listen to Kevin Commonwealth Picker tell me how to sell Tupperware, because I would never sell Tupperware because I'm not, a 900-year-old grandpa. But if I was having an issue with something and he's been doing this for 20 years, it's awesome to have that connection where I can be like, hey man, this just happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you 100 times in your reselling. How'd you deal with this? Because my way of dealing things, if you saw my Instagram yesterday, is a lot different than most people. My customer service is pretty good. Yeah, I'll mess around and I'm sarcastic to certain people, but initial response to anybody, even if they're a dick, I'm always going to be customer service first. And then it's the next one that I determine how the conversation goes. But some people are just nice all the way. Like, even while they're getting shit on. I just don't have that personality. Like, once I feel like you've crossed the line and then it becomes in my mind, it's like, okay, well, now we're measuring dicks, and I'm going to make sure that I win. But again, that might be something that is holding me back in certain, maybe that works on Whatnot, but it doesn't work on eBay as far as customer service. So it is cool to have those networks where you can reach out to somebody, not on social media. Like, you actually have talked to them, you've gotten numbers, and you can just call. And the fact that they pick up is kind of an invaluable thing, 300 plus the $100 hotel plus the drive plus not making money those days. I'd love. Yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing. It is money. It is not cheap, and you do get a lot out of it as far as like food and meeting people, and of course, people have to be flown in and put up in rooms, and some people are getting paid and stuff like that. So it's not like the people that book these things are making any money. But yeah, it's a very big expense. Yes, you can write it off if you're an entrepreneur because it's a business trip. Um, but I think it's something you have to plan for. Like the way I look at things now, and this is going to be different than how probably anyone else looks at anything. And no, I haven't sold them, but I do have all four of them. Honestly, this is the new cup. It's only going to be out for another week. I might actually go buy some more today just because I really think this is going to be the number one cup, the number one Post Malone cup. This is the last one that they came out with, but I have the entire set. I'm going to hold on to it for a while, let everybody sell theirs off. And then once they're no more sold at stores, once the market is completely dry, I'll post mine for more money. I'll post my Post Malone cups. Damn it, ADHD. What was I talking about? Oh, as far as I think as a reseller, we have a unique ability to be able to plan better for things as far as like an expense. So for me, if I was just a guest for FlipCon, or I could do it the way we did it for Disney. So Disney, I looked up how much the tickets were going to be for all of us. I looked up how much the room was going to be where we're going to stay. I guesstimated the amount of mileage by what the car gets for gas. And I had a rough ballpark number of what we needed money-wise. And then I just said, okay, we usually do that in 2 Whatnot shows. Boom. 2 Whatnot shows. And then I just tell people, I'm like, hey guys, when I start the stream, like, what's up, guys? We're live from the bins. Today and tomorrow's show, all of the money is going to be going to our trip for Disney. Let's get cracking. And then do it that way. Every month, I break down our bills. We Dave Ramsey style, take a piece of paper. We write down our bills for the last month because that gives you an average so you can carry over into the next month. Hopefully have the bills go down because it's not 150 degrees. You take that and then you divide that by the number of shows you plan to do. That's how we do it. This is how I budget. Again, if you're not selling exclusively on Whatnot like us, it's a little bit different, but you could still get your daily average if you're a regular reseller on a regular platform. So I look at the month of August, I'm looking at my dry erase board and I'm like, okay, well, we're going to be off 3 days that we typically work. We've already made up one of those shows. I had a shoe show. And I'm going to do something tomorrow. I have a surprise Whatnot show tomorrow. And then I might do one on Friday or Saturday, but they're not going to be big live from the bench shows. So they're not going to be big money shows, but there's 14 working days in the month of August. That's it. See, we don't work a lot, guys. And so I just divide the bill money, everything covered, divided by 14 shows. That's how much money I have to make per show. And then we just make it happen. Anything over that, we can put aside, we put into savings, or if we want to create a trip, hey, let's go to San Antonio and get tattooed this month. Okay, well, that's not part of the 14 shows, so we're going to have a 15th show. The 15th show will be the San Antonio trip show. Have you seen the Chrome Malone collab with Harley? No, I have not. That's awesome. Get you one. The closest cage is 100 miles away. Yeah, see, that's another thing. I was going to just, because we have one literally at the entrance to our neighborhood, is I was just going to buy. The thing that sucks about this is they make you buy a combo. You can't just buy the cup. You have to buy a cup and then upsize it to the Post cup. I don't eat meat. I don't eat the fries or the bread, or it's just like, now I got to buy Stacy or a kid a meal in order to get a cup. I just want the cup. Can I just give you $5 for the cup instead of buying the freaking combo? The cup's only $1.35. I'll give you $5. I just don't want any food. But it's pretty smart that they make you actually buy something. It's pretty genius. It was also awesome. It's also pretty marketing genius that they did 4 cups and they break them out every 2 weeks and they're only available for 2 weeks. So I can't walk in there now and be like, hey, I need cup number 2. And they're like, oh, that was a month ago. So that's why when I saw that they were actually scheduled drops, I was like, I was like, oh, this is genius. This is also going to make these worth money because people are going to miss the first week because they didn't know about it. And then they're going to get 2, 3, and 4, and they're not going to have cup 1. Buy the food and give it to a homeless person. I would rather run a homeless person over and give it to a dog. Did I say that out loud or was that just in my head? I'm so sorry. No, you're right. I should probably donate the food to the homeless person. Well, this podcast has gone downhill very quickly. No. Guys, there's a few of you here. Ask me something so I stop rambling. Any reseller related anything. Other than that, this is just a rambling show, which I'm all about. I could talk to myself for hours. There you go. Or a dog. All right, cool. There we go. Anybody got any resale related questions or who's did anybody have any again, I don't believe in the summer slowdown. I just believe in the items you're selling aren't probably good items. But I got something. We are working to get out of our storage unit. We're just going to start having whatnot shows and selling all the stuff that we have in our storage unit and start just canceling it on eBay and just whittle that bad boy down. I've already dropped to the basic subscription, like not even a subscription. We just have eBay. We don't have a store anymore. Just gonna do it, man. Like, I say we're all in on whatnot, but I'm still over here with 900 items on eBay that I'm still having to every day monitor and end and relist and send coupons and all that. It's like, hey man, you preach about burning your boats, but you still have 900 boats. So we're going to burn those boats, baby. Yeah, you definitely should not drink while watching anything. I say, saw a YouTube documentary on places in America that have been decriminalized drugs. Oh yeah. Well, so here's the problem. For anybody in the chat, my man there is from Australia, down under. Oh, there's the camera. It just went down under. So basically those cities that you're seeing those issues with, those cities have always had those issues. They're just more rampant now because they're just like, it's not that they decriminalized drugs or petty theft. It's just they don't have the manpower to deal with it. And that is a scary thing to say. Like Detroit, Chicago, San Francisco, they don't have the police to deal with the petty BS. So they're just like, we can't do anything about it. And what's happening is businesses are leaving. And then, of course, on social media, you're going to hear all these people talking about Walmart's leaving because it's racist and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it's because you idiots keep walking in and stealing everything. Why would any business stay there? So the hope is, and okay, I can't say hope and then say this next part because then it's going to sound real bad. Somebody's going to try and clip it. But here's the thing. Like, sometimes the only way to fix something is to suffer. If you're a junkie and you get off drugs, what happens? And if you've never been around anybody that's been getting themselves clean, most of them have to be locked in a room for a few days because the body suffers. So you got to make it through that other end. So like in San Francisco, where homelessness is crazy, drugs are crazy, petty theft is crazy, all these businesses are leaving. They're like, yo, F this. We can't lose money. We're a business. Once all the businesses leave and there is nothing there to support life, everyone there is going to be they're going to be put into a situation where they either have to fix their shit or die. And God damn it, if I am not a firm believer in natural selection, you're either going to fix your shit or you're going to die. And that's just the way life is. Now, are some of them just going to move to other cities and ruin those towns? Probably. But eventually people in those other towns will be like, can't sit here. And they're going to force people to fix their shit. But again, this is a very small percentage of what's actually happening in the United States and in the world. It's what you see the most of on social media. So guys, remember, go out and just look how things are in your area. A lot of the stuff you see on the internet isn't really a great representation of what's going on in the country. I'll just say that to save face so nobody tries to attack me or anything. Not like it matters. Everybody could suck a fart out of my ass. I don't care. I just applied to sell on Whatnot. I don't understand the 1099. Can you help? Yeah, you have to pay taxes, so you're going to have to fill out a 1099. If you are a self-proprietor, which you are unless you have an LLC or an S Corp, but I'm assuming if you're asking about 1099, you don't. You're just going to put your social. And that's just because, let's say you sell to somebody in a state that requires that they take tax. They're going to take tax from them, but they're also going to be documenting you made $8,000 and you paid all of these states their part. So that's covered, but you are on the hook for the $8,000. You have to pay your taxes on that. Good rule of thumb is if you're a reseller, a self-proprietor, sole proprietor, take 25% of every time you get a payout, take 25% of that and put it aside because you're going to have to give that to Uncle Sam. Now, sometimes it's going to be less, sometimes it's going to be more, depending on all that. Again, I'm not a tax person. I'm just telling you what we did for the first few years before we got a CPA and we got an LLC, and now we're an S Corp. And we're both on payroll, and we don't have to worry about that shit because if there's a question that comes up, I just like, hey, CPA, this is what I pay you for. And they're like, yep. And I'm like, cool, send it to them. But realistically, it's just so you're going to be taxed. They're going to show the government that you made this much money. I read an article that the 1930s was the best decade to live because there was no news, so nothing bad in the world was happening. Yeah, well, here's the other thing. And again, this is going to sound horrible because you're my buddy, but you live in Australia. Like, whatever's happening in Australia, I could care less. And I know that sounds heartless because you're my mate, boy. You're my mate. I wish you nothing but the best. But I live in America, so I don't care. Like, an earthquake could happen right now in Australia, completely be devastated and knocked off the map. And I'm going to be like, damn, I hope my buddy died doing what he loved. All right, let's go to the bins. And that's just because it's not my reality. I live here, so it doesn't affect me. And I know some people are like, that's kind of a shitty way to look at life. And I'm like, it is, but that's how I am. I worry about my small circle, my community, and then just hope everyone else figures it out. Sorry, guys. I just took you guys on a roller coaster. I was just trying to see if Stacy was still here. So I was waiting for the Christopher message, and there I just got it. I did that for pretty good with a straight face, though, guys. No, but seriously, though, I worry about, I do focus on my community. Obviously, if something happens overseas, it's horrible. And I would reach out and be like, matey, are you all right? But what I'm saying in the grand scheme of things is like, I don't look online and I see, oh, well, there's rioting here, and then people are doing this here, and this is going on here. And I'm just like, it's not happening in my backyard, so I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. The easiest way to explain it is just remember the people in Washington are not doing they're not there to represent you. If you really want to make a change within your local and within your government, it starts locally. Worry about where you live. Stop trying to clean somewhere that you've never been. Clean your community. You know, you're worried about litter in the ocean in California. Why don't you worry about the litter in your neighborhood? You see what I'm saying? The focus needs to be where you are. Focus on making where you are and your community a better place. And if everybody did that, if I made this community better, and then the people that are 10 miles or 50 miles down the road made their community better, boom, now we've got connected two good communities. And then this community gets them on track, and then boom, and it just spreads like that. But if we're all in this community and we're worried about five states over's community and what they're doing, then our community is not being fixed. Clean up your own shit before you start telling someone else how to clean up theirs. That's how I'm ending the show. You guys are amazing. I love you guys all so much. If you lived in Dubai, what would you sell? Drugs. And I think we'll go ahead and end it on there. Salutations. We'll be back after FlipCon. Make sure you eat it every day while I'm gone. I know I will.